Hi, I'm Brittany. It's good to meet you today.
Hi, I'm Peter.
Hi, Peter. All right, Peter. So today we're going to be doing a bit of intake for you just so I can get a general idea of some things about you and how to continue in future meetings. Okay?
Okay.
And Peter, what is your full name?
Peter Jerry Johnson
Okay. And your birth date?
is January 15th, 1978.
Okay. So I just want to go over a few limits of confidentiality with you. Generally, everything you say here is kept confidential. There are a few limits of this, however. If I feel you pose as a danger to yourself or others, I will have to report it. If you are abusing any vulnerable adults or minors, that will also have to be reported. And also, if your file is subpoenaed for court, I would have to release that information as well. I would only release what is absolutely necessary, nothing more than that. And then also, if there is any threat to the life of the president. Other than that, everything else is strictly between you and I.
Okay.
So let's begin by you telling me what brings you in today.
Well, my wife kind of insists that I come and see somebody. I've been. She says I have depression, so she wanted me to have some counseling, and so here I am.
All right. How old were you when you first started having these issues?
Well, I guess I've always been kind of a negative person, but things got really bad about a year ago. Our teenage daughter was diagnosed with leukemia, and that happened only like 3 weeks after my sister died. So yeah, I would say right around April last year. Yeah, March or April, and that's when this started, and this kind of the wind came out of my sails.
That must have been really difficult to deal with.
Yeah, it was. It is. It is really difficult to deal with, and I don't know what this will do for me. My wife insists that I come here, so I want to keep her happy, but well, like I said, I'm a pessimistic person, so I'm a pessimist about what benefit can come from this. So.
When you say the wind's coming out from your sails, what does that mean to you?
Well, I mean, it's just, you lose your momentum, you lose your motivation. Life gets, I don't know, just bearable. So.
How often do you experience these feelings that you're describing?
Well, they never go away. Every second, every day that I'm awake, most times when I'm dreaming, I have these constant reminders of my daughter, and I was close with my sister, and my daughter was close with my sister, and I have these reminders all the time of how good life was and how happy we all were. And she's not dealing with cancer well, so every day I'm thinking about it.
What areas of your life is affected by these feelings?
Everything. I lost my job. I was an architect at a major firm for 10 years, and my sister died, they told me to take some time for myself. And then, right afterwards, when my daughter was diagnosed, they tried to be understanding, but they said I wasn't performing, and I wasn't doing my job. You go to work every day and you just cry at your desk all the time. You don't get much work done, so they let me go. And they say that I have a job waiting for me when I come back. Well, we'll see. So now I got a part-time job down at the mall, hot dog stand. And yeah, that's a big one. Coming with that is financial. It's tough to pay the bills. And it's everything personal. I don't see anybody anymore.
You mentioned that your wife had kind of referred you and you wanted to keep her happy. Do you want to elaborate on that at all?
That's probably the one area of my life that is still strong. My wife and I we have a great marriage, and we've just always really clicked. We've always really had a great relationship, and this is really testing it. And I'm aware enough to know that I don't want to screw that up, because if I lose that, I don't really have anything else. So she's a smart lady, and she says this is going to help me. So I'll listen to her, and I hope it does.
Seems like you have a good relationship going, so that's always something that's a good motivator to continue moving on.
Yeah, we have a great relationship, and she's stronger than I am. She hasn't let this affect her, or at least she hasn't shown it, and I feel a little guilty about that, because I don't want to be a victim. I don't want to be a burden on her. She's got enough to do with, she's the breadwinner now, and she has the same stresses that I have. And, it makes me sad. That makes me want to cry, because I feel like the one thing that I have going well, I'm going to screw it up, because I can't kind of snap out of this.
Different things do affect people in different ways. So it wouldn't be too hard on yourself. Just remind yourself that everybody's different, as you probably will know. Is there anything that you're unable to do because of these issues?
Well, it's hard for me to hold a job that requires a lot of being in the moment, being aware, thinking. Mm-hmm. My thoughts race when I have them. Otherwise, I just kind of sit and stare blankly out in the distance. And after I lost my job, I tried to get a job at another firm, but in this town, everybody knows everybody, and nobody wanted to hire me in my condition. And I suppose I don't interview terribly well in my current conditions, so I got a shitty job, and because I can't have another one. I can't be there. And I don't know. I don't feel like I can do anything. I used to really enjoy playing ultimate frisbee, and now I don't do that. I don't see my friends anymore. It affects every part of my life, and I can't do anything.
When you talk about your current condition, do you have any ideas about what condition you're talking about? Have you done any research on symptoms or anything like that?
No, I haven't. I guess I could have. I have time. I just didn't. have the energy. My
Mhm.
wife says it's depression. I don't know. I guess everybody knows what depression is.
Right.
So, yeah, I guess I don't know. I hope one day I'll just kind of snap out of it. It's been over a year now, and I'm not getting any better, I guess. Probably getting worse. So, no, I haven't looked. I guess I just assumed my wife was right.
How often do you feel this way? Is there any break in these feelings?
No. I used to enjoy things that would kind of, well, like anybody, you get a break from your day-to-day stresses or whatever. You can go and you lose yourself in a book or a TV show or whatever. I don't have the attention span, I guess, to do that anymore.
What do you do when you're at home?
Nothing really. Sit. I sleep a lot. And then I can't sleep. Sometimes I eat. I cry a lot. I don't know. I don't do much of anything. I spend a lot of time with my daughter at home. You know, we don't really say anything. And when she's home, sometimes she's in the hospital, sometimes she's home. And so when she's home, I spend some time with her. I spend most of my time with her, which is probably a bad thing because I'm just a pessimist. She probably doesn't need me around. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably bad that I'm spending around her and just feeding her my negative energy and depression.
Is there any particular reason why you are pessimistic about therapy?
I'm not much for talking my problems away.
Mm-hmm.
It's just never been something I've been, maybe I don't understand it, but I think problems are real. I think they're tangible, and I don't think they go away with talking about it. I mean, I can sit here and talk to you for 6 years, but this itself isn't going to bring my sister back. It's not going to, make the cancer go away. It's not going to make world peace. I'd say I'm just wasting my time, but I don't really have much going on. So,
Have you sought treatment before?
no, I haven't. My wife had to really twist my arm to get me to come here. So,
An important question I should ask you is any suicidal ideation?
what do you mean?
Any thoughts of suicide? Any plans of suicide?
I've thought about it, sure. I don't think I'm going to do it. But yeah, I think everybody thinks about it.
This is true. If I treat you effectively, what would that look like? How will you know?
I don't think you can. If you had a magic pill I could take, and how would that make me feel better? I'd like to be able to. I'd like to be able to spend some time with my daughter without always being, in the mood where I want to cry, without always thinking about the cancer. I'd like to be able to I would like to be able to go and see a movie and not always, have it where I'm distracted by my thoughts. I would like a reprieve from the these feelings, at least for a little bit. So if you could give me a pill, if you have a magic potion to make you feel that way, I'll try it.
I will do what I can do. There's no magic potion, unfortunately. I wish I had a potion to give to everybody to, you know, ward off any bad feelings, but I think that we continue on with this, and we could make strides towards making everything more tolerable for you. Unfortunately, we're out of time for today, but I will see you again soon, and we will continue where we left off.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.